This key is worth $4 million, and if you stick around to the end, I'm going to prove it to you. But right now, we're going to unlock for you one key that will allow you to quit your job, be financially independent, earn completely passive income that pays for all your expenses, while also building life-changing generational wealth that you can pass down to your family.
This is just the tip of the iceberg. In fact, together, we own $13 million worth of real estate that pays us $20,000 a month with predictability and consistency. But before you think this is just another real estate get-rich-quick nonsense, you'll want to stay to the end because this is a completely different pathway to financial freedom that no one else is talking about. We'll show you right now how we got here without flipping houses, without making any risky bets, without a massive amount of money up front, and we'll show you how any ordinary person can do this with complete certainty and predictability in a matter of a few months. The goal is really to achieve financial freedom by having income flow into your checking account every single month so that you can have your time back to spend with your family, start a new business, travel, or work on something that you really love. We do this all while purchasing properties in the right markets, using safe funding, and the right systems that bring you an income every single month. It doesn't take hundreds of thousands of dollars to do this, but it will take around 10 to 30K to start. But the best part is you probably have access to way more than that, and you don't even know it. Once you tap into these resources that you are most likely sitting on right now, you can very quickly start your journey to becoming a true passive income earning household. Now, in order for us to explain how to become completely financially independent, we need to tell you how we even discovered this in the first place. Otherwise, everything we're about to show you won't make any sense. If you stick around, you'll discover the 3 belief systems that are keeping you poor and stopping you from actually taking the plunge and escaping the 9-to-5 grind for good.
Number 1 is that saving money will make you wealthy. This is absolutely untrue, and we'll show you why. Number 2 is that debt is bad. This is perhaps the biggest lie of all. This one will shock you because the way we use debt actually is safer than anything else you've heard before. And number 3, you have to invest in your backyard. This is the biggest hurdle for people to jump over. The only way for you to actually make money is in your sleep, to invest in cash flowing properties that are not in your backyard. We'll show you how we were able to get over this major hurdle. Again, this is not going to be some get rich quick BS.
This is how very ordinary, hardworking families can be a good steward of their time, talents, and treasures in order to set yourself up to retire early and pour your attention into what you really want to do. What we are going to cover specifically is how to look at your financial picture, tap into your 401k, IRA, or equity in your home, and safely put that money to work by very carefully investing in boring single-family homes in strategic investor advantage markets in the United States, while diversifying your investments with purchasing what we call lifestyle assets, like Airbnbs or vacation rentals. We do this all day, every day, and we show people how to get started, and we're gonna show you exactly how you can do it too. Now, nobody just retires early through strategic investment strategies right out the gate. In fact, before we discovered this very specific way to build passive income, we were just like you. We aren't that special or that clever. We really discovered all of this organically.
I wasn't always bringing in thousands a month from a 7-figure portfolio. Let's rewind back to 2012. I was working as an app designer, making $80,000 a year and saving every dollar I could. I was so intense trying to save money, I even lived in this camper van and showered at LA Fitness, thinking these sacrifices were what I needed to do to build wealth. Even with all my effort and all my top ramen, I was making no progress toward financial freedom, feeling depressed, and headed straight for burnout. I wanted to quit the rat race, but I couldn't because of this simple fact. As soon as I stopped working, I stopped earning. This is when I realized that to build real wealth, I needed something that paid me but without me working. Trading my time for dollars was a losing game. I started to look at all the old ways of investing that our parents told us about, 401ks, IRAs, and the stock market. Digging a little deeper, I was shocked to learn that the average 401k balance at 65 years old is just $279,000. So after saving and contributing to these accounts your entire adult life, you'd be broke in just 3 years if you wanted to live on $100,000 a year. And the stock market's historic average returns are just 8 to 10%. Barely beating out today's 9% inflation rates. That wasn't gonna work either. I still needed a place to live, so I got a mortgage and bought a condo in Costa Mesa, California. I started renting out rooms to a couple of buddies. Their rent checks paid my mortgage, and it was the first time I experienced passive income. It felt amazing, and I wanted to do more. I knew this had the power to build real wealth. But the problem was, it wasn't possible in my market in California. The market fundamentals weren't in my favor, and nothing created the cash flow on day one that I knew I needed. And I would be paying out of pocket for these so-called investments every single month. And that's when it all clicked. I had to look in new and different out-of-state markets where the numbers were in my favor, and I needed strategies and systems in place to make this truly hands-off. I already had a job. I didn't need a second one. So for the next 5 years, I became obsessed with researching every angle of real estate wealth building. I went deep on books, podcasts, conferences, sought out mentors that had built multi-million-dollar portfolios to learn their secrets. I did a market analysis deep dive to understand exactly what markets provided the best return on investment. With only $25,000, I got started with my first property. But within 4 short years, I had expanded to 12 properties and tens of thousands in monthly cash flow. This was all possible because of the relationships I had built with rockstar property sellers that gave me access to the best cash flowing properties, and lenders that let me tap into my home's equity and investor loans with the best terms. The final piece to the puzzle was getting my entire team in place so that this investment could be truly hands off and I could go enjoy my newfound freedom, and all I had to do was collect checks. This story may seem unique to me, but it's actually repeatable and proven to work for others. We now help others achieve the exact same results. Like Patrick, who was working 2 jobs to make ends meet and replaced his second job's income within 6 months with the cash flow from 5 different properties. He did all this without having to sell his house or work more hours than he was working now. Or Julie, who was able to go from full-time to part-time at her job within 3 months with the cash flow from 2 properties, giving her more time to spend with her kids. So now that you see just how powerful this strategy has been for people just like you, you might be wondering, what is the specific step-by-step process of how to do it successfully without taking on any more risk or any more hours in the day to set this up?
Well, after doing this ourselves and for dozens of investors, we've boiled it all down into 3 steps. 3 steps to go from trading your time for dollars, feeling burnt out, making no progress towards financial freedom, to consistently and predictably getting paid every single month in cash flow and building wealth through leveraged appreciation, making money without you being there, without doing any heavy lifting, house hacking, flipping, or risky investments. And the first step is assessing your financial picture. You see, the old way of doing things was to hire a financial planner or invest in stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. The problem with this is that while they may pay dividends, you don't get a check that pays you every single month, and you can't utilize the powerful multiplying force of leverage to grow your wealth exponentially. If you keep investing in these antiquated vehicles, you will inevitably delay your retirement and, more realistically, not have enough in the bank to live off of if you ever do retire, flushing literally all of your whole life's work down the drain. But if you are able to take a step back and look at your financial picture, you can start thinking creatively about what to do with money that you already have. For example, when I first started out, I had purchased a home that I purchased for $550,000 that quickly appreciated to $1 million. I was able to take $70,000 of that equity that I didn't have to work for and transfer it to 4 properties in markets that cash flowed every single month. By taking a look and seeing equity in my home doing nothing for me, it allowed me to put it to use and invest it. When I did that, I started earning an extra $2,000 a month in free cash flow. Once I did that, I was able to take those excess funds and put it towards my mortgage, essentially lowering my cost of living altogether. The second step, after analyzing your financial picture, is to actually take the plunge and finally purchase that first property. Now, what you usually hear most people say is you have to house hack or find a fixer-upper or live in the basement while you're renovating the main unit, and maybe if you're lucky, the property will go up in value and you can sell it and make money. The problem with that is it's so risky and it doesn't actually give you what you want, which is passive cash flow. All you've done is work yourself into another job, which will ultimately get you allergic to real estate altogether and find yourself among the other horror stories. What we advocate is focusing all of your attention and energy on your first property purchase. For some people, it will be your primary residence. The reason why this works well as a first investment vehicle is if you live in an appreciating market, you can most likely tap into your equity within the first 1 to 2 years of owning, allowing you to invest that money without selling your home. If you already own your home, The second route is buying your first property to purchase as an investment property in an investor-friendly strategic market. If you do it the way we show you, your property will cost between $100,000 and $200,000 while putting 20% down and immediately obtaining cash flow from day one. Not only that, but your tenant is paying down your mortgage. Once you do this successfully, you will want to do this again and again by taking all of those profits and rolling them into more and more properties.
Every time you do, you're increasing your cash flow position, building equity, and more importantly, buying back your time by living off of that extra cash flow. One of our students, Troy, tapped into the equity in his home to scale his portfolio to 4 properties and thousands of dollars in cash flow within the first 5 months of working with us. The third step is to develop an investment strategy that aligns 100% with your desired quality of life. What most people do after they buy their first couple properties is stop and they wait until those properties are paid off. If you do this, you're delaying retirement and not utilizing the power of cash flow. What we do then is move into more exciting and rewarding investments that we call lifestyle assets. These are places that you can utilize as vacation homes. They're rented out on Airbnb or VRBO, and you can enjoy the massive cash flow position while also staying there every time you want a vacation. If you diversify between safe, stable, boring single-family homes and exciting, clever, fun lifestyle assets, you really have set yourself up to enjoy the financial present instead of the financial future. I did this myself by listing my primary residence on Airbnb. It makes over $10K a month, completely passive, while it appreciates the value every single day. So at this point, you know exactly how our investors and us were able to achieve financial freedom through investing in cash flowing assets from day one. And you also know the exact steps we took to get there. We look at their financial picture, purchased the right properties in the right markets, and then developed an investment strategy that diversified into more single-family long-term rentals and lifestyle vacation assets. So you might be wondering, is this too good to be true? What happens when your tenant trashes the place? Who manages all these properties? Are you going to sell us these properties? How do you even find these properties? And why isn't everyone doing this? What if I can't find a renter? Do I need an LLC, corporate structure? Does this complicate my taxes? And that brings us to the exact reason we made this video. We have figured all this out, and every time we would tell people what we're doing, they would be so curious. Everybody would want to take us out for coffee and pick our brain about real estate investing. They would see that we would have all this free time to spend with our friends and our families, and it just piqued their curiosity. Bottom line, what we heard all the time is, I know I should invest in real estate, I just don't know where to start.
Because this is something we are so passionate about ourselves, we started teaching and training people how to do exactly what we do. And because of that reason, we decided to launch Real Estate Mentor. In Real Estate Mentor, we help you by understanding exactly what your goal is. Maybe it's retire early, or have your spouse quit their job, or have a portfolio of vacation rentals, or start your journey to building legacy wealth. Whatever it may be, we take a look at what you have in savings, retirement, 401k, equity in your home, and then map out a game plan on where and how to deploy those funds. Next, we map out your first purchase. This is either going to be your primary home where you can set it up to invest in the future, or purchase an investment property right out the gate. Most of our students purchase that property in less than 2 months. We deal source together by finding the best market for you, provide you the lenders, tax planning management company, and everything you need to start building your rental portfolio. Again, these properties cash flow from day one. Then finally, we develop an investment strategy that's best for you and your family. This is a 1 to 5 year plan where you expand into more diverse sources of income. We will work with you to find the perfect vacation rentals with our trusted management company, as well as snowballing your cash flow into more and more properties. We handle everything, and you have access to our entire Rolodex: tax strategists, our management company, our realtors, our lenders, everyone and everything you need to do this successfully. We hold your hand through the entire process by mentoring you toward financial freedom through the power of real estate. Now, this is not for everyone. This is not for someone who is never going to take the plunge and take action. This is also not for you if you're totally broke. You need to have access to some capital to get started. This is also not for those who are always skeptical or have a bad attitude towards real estate, but have never actually taken action. However, this is perfect for 3 types of people. First, if you're someone who is ready to take action and finally execute on proven methods to obtain financial freedom and independence. Second, someone who has access to some capital and is ready to put some skin in the game. We only want to work with people who are ready to go and are serious about committing to their financial future. And third, someone who has a real reason why they want to be financially free. Maybe it's quitting your job or spending time with family or building wealth for your kids. Whatever it may be, there needs to be a real conviction as to why you are doing this. So if that's you and you feel like you are the perfect person to work with us, here is what to do next.
At the bottom of this page, there's a button that will lead you to book a call with us. Our calendars are linked to this schedule, and you will schedule a time that works for you.
You'll then fill out a brief application so that we have a great understanding of where you are and where you want to go. On this call, we'll spend around 45 minutes asking you questions and simply understanding your financial picture. And then we will map out an exact game plan specifically for you so that you know what you need to do to achieve financial freedom through real estate. So book a call right now because this will most likely be the most valuable 45 minutes you spend on yourself this year. Worst case, the call is completely free. You walk away knowing the exact roadmap and game plan to achieve financial freedom that is specific to you and your current situation. There's literally nothing to lose here. And best case, we can work together and we can hold your hand through the entire process. And not only show you the exact steps on how to achieve financial freedom, give you complete access to our internal Rolodex of lenders, property managers, accountants, and give you everything you need to be successful.
So go ahead right now and book a call with us. We take them very seriously and we'll be fully present on that call together.
We've achieved these results not only for ourselves, but for everyone we have mentored, like Patrick Carmichael in Northridge, California. He was working 2 jobs to make ends meet, but after we were able to get a financial picture and create a game plan for him, he was able to utilize the equity in his home to scale to 5 properties and $1,300 a month in monthly cash flow within 6 months of working with us. He was able to quit his second job teaching high school and focus fully on his passion of pastoring his church and spending time with his wife and kids. And all of this was done without having to sell his house or put in extra hours at work.
Or Troy Doolittle in Huntington Beach, California. Troy wanted to create cash flow and generational wealth for his family so he could have more freedom to travel. Within 5 months of working with us, he has scaled to 4 properties and over $1,200 in monthly cash flow, all by using the equity he had built in his primary home.
Or Julie Nichols in Portland, who was able to go from full-time to part-time at her job within 3 months with cash flow from 2 properties, giving her time back to spend with her kids.
Or Paul Lim in San Diego, California, who's already bought 2 properties within the first 2 months of jumping on board with us.
Don't sit on the sideline. Book a call right now. It's totally free. And if you've made it this far, you're most likely the perfect fit to work with us. Over time, you will start to accumulate keys for each of these properties. Imagine each one of these keys unlocking your financial freedom, 1 property at a time. We want you to experience the same freedom we have, and we look forward to speaking with you and hopefully working together. Book a call right now, and we will see you on the other side.